Hey everyone, Ash here. If you're like me and you're a comics geek and a Star Wars geek, you probably have heard about this YouTube video called Vader Shards of the Past, which is a fan film made by a YouTuber, Star Wars Theory, who's kind of a big name in YouTube circles goes. He's got about 1.5 million subscribers, and currently the Star Wars video, which has only been up for less than a week, has over 7.1 million views. This has been a big blow up controversy in sort of the Star Wars fandom, nerddom, whatever you want to call it. And I just wanted to chime in on it. My name is Ash. You're watching Ash on Comics, and if this is the first time you're my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, you know the drill. I'm talking about Vader today. Not this guy here, but a fan film called Vader Shards of the Past, made by YouTuber Star Wars Theory. This is the video right here. It's on his front page. If you go to YouTube and just search Vader, it's the first result. This is a huge deal. It's at 7.29 million views. Just last night, when I watched it for the first time, it was at 7.0. So it's getting hundreds of thousands of views per hour. It's slowing down now, but this is a big deal, and it's a really well done video. If you're a Star Wars fan in any shape or form, you should watch this. just to satisfy your curiosity. Now, the reason I wanted to chime in on this originally is because there was a controversy surrounding this film, and the controversy was that the YouTuber, Star Wars Theory here, made a video that he basically got permission from Lucasfilm to make. And then, after getting the permission and following the guidelines that they set forth, Disney and Warner Chappell, specifically the latter, who owns the rights apparently to all the music that goes through Disney, blah, blah, blah. Star Wars Theory explains it better than I do, but essentially, long story short, is they decided to step in and take the video and basically claim it for themselves. And they monetized it and basically threatened this guy with his livelihood. Said, you know, if you could try to contest this or fight this in any way, we're going to essentially crush you. And that is where the controversy started. Now, Star Wars Theory doesn't claim any rights to these videos, doesn't claim that he's in a position that, you know, of ownership or anything. In fact, he's been more than respectful towards Lucasfilm and Disney and all of this. He hasn't really complained. This is a controversy that's actually come from the fandom on his behalf. The issue here is you've got a company, Disney, who's struggling with this Star Wars IP that they've purchased from Lucas. And there's a lot of controversy in the films they do that keeps getting bigger and bigger with each film that they make. The last film, Solo: A Star Wars Story, is the first Star Wars flop. And Last Jedi, even though it was a big success in theaters, sort of how do I say, tipped, you know, it was the tipping point in the fandom's rejection of what Disney was doing. There's a lot of hate for that film. Now, I'm personally not one of them. At the risk of anyone listening to me, I'm one of the few people in the geekdom that actually likes The Last Jedi. And I know I'm not really alone as far as normies go. Everyone I know in the IRL, everyone without fail likes The Last Jedi. I really think this is a geekdom thing. It's kind of bigger in that circle than it is just sort of out in the normie verse. But be that as it may, I'm not really here to talk about Last Jedi. Just sort of set a foundation. Disney has a problem, though. has a public relations problem. Whether you like Last Jedi or didn't like Last Jedi, there's plenty of people who fall on the latter side, and it's growing with failures of films like Han Solo. And when you have a fan like this who goes out of his way, spent approximately $80,000 to make this film, and Disney comes in, takes control, monetizes it so they can start taking the money, and then uses their status to threaten him, be hostile towards him in a threatening manner. That's just terrible, right? Like, yes, they may be within their legal rights to do what they're doing, but that doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. And that's kind of where the controversy is going. Now, one of my fellow YouTube peers, and someone that I, look up to as far as a YouTuber, is Ethan Van Sciver. He's got a show, Comics Artist Pro Secrets. If you know about me, I'm sure you know about him. Right? I'm the little fish. He's the big fish. And at least in the comic circles, he did some excellent commentary videos on this whole situation that I recommend that you watch. And he's one of the ones that brought it to my attention. Now, I've only been following this since yesterday, and I'm not up to speed. And I was going to be like, oh man, I got to get on this too. I'm going to make this video and harp on, and just rant at Disney and get all on this. And I keep in mind, I'm not on the hate bus. I'm the guy who's like, Last Jedi's all right, guys. I'm not out there to hate on Star Wars, but I do hate this situation. You don't trample on the fans. Like, use this as an opportunity. If Star Wars Theory did violate some sort of copyright infringement or whatever, you reach out to them. You try to work it out. Say, hey, look, man, thanks for making this great film. I know you put a lot of effort into it. The fans like it. It's something that we, can't support. We have to protect our IP. You're using these properties. Here's some things you can do to make it, not offensive to our brand, or whatever is the problem. Instead of just going in and being forceful like this, because this isn't a situation where he's like stealing cigarettes out of a delivery truck. This is a situation where he's giving you free advertising. He's promoting the fandom. People like this are what keep the fans engaged and keep it fun. Now, some people don't necessarily care about fan films, and that's fine if you're one of those people, but when fans are enthusiastic like this and they're willing to do stuff at this level, the fans that also enjoy watching it just compounds their loyalty to that brand. Now, when you come in and start squashing this and become the evil empire, that just sends a bad taste in fans' mouths, and you don't want to do that. This is something fans pay you money, pay a lot of money for Star Wars stuff. So you got to find a way to make this a good PR deal, right? I'm not saying that Lucas needs to let it monetize the video or do any of this stuff, but there's ways to amicably resolve situations that, in this case, Lucasfilm could spin it and, as a good PR turn for all the fans that are like pissed off about Last Jedi and stuff. If Lucasfilm can convince fans like, hey, look, we know you didn't like Last Jedi and Solo or whatever, but we really do care about you as fans, and we really want to do the right thing. That builds a lot of goodwill, right? Suddenly you have fans that are like, yeah, well, we hate the films, but man, you really do respect us at least, so we're going to give you another shot. We're going to still stick with you. You may not be able to win hearts and minds and change their mind on the film, but you keep them loyal. Now, conversely, they hate the film, they're pissed off, and then you shit on them. You're just giving them an excuse to walk away, right? And once you turn your brand into something to mock at and laugh at that people don't respect, it's really hard to get that back. Star Wars has been something that fans are fiercely loyal to. And it's been easy because the quality of the films have been so utterly amazing, at least with the original trilogy, that fans didn't have to make excuses for it. But now Disney's really pushing fans to, like, why should they like Star Wars? You're making films they don't like. You're acting in a kind of reprehensible manner towards fandom. Why should they give you money? What? This isn't like a small time little indie film that Disney wants to make with some niche fans. This is massive mainstream, blockbuster stuff. They want everybody's butts in the seats. You don't make billion-dollar films by having people even slightly annoyed with the franchise or the IP. Anyway, suffice it to say, so I was going to rant all about this and rail off at Disney, and then the final video commentary from Star Wars Theory himself, and you can see up here on the page he's got 3 videos. Basically, day 1 of the copyright strike, he kind of comments what's going on. He gives an update a day later, and then yesterday he puts his final video, which says Lucasfilm steps in, orders copyright claim removed. And this is the big good news video. So you can watch these. I actually also have them in my playlist on my channel to make it easy for you. But you can, like I said, you can just search Vader, go to Star Wars Theory, or you can watch the whole thing. You watch the video and then watch these other videos in order to see just to get a feel of like what happened, what went down. They're very short, just a couple minutes long. They're not like me blowing ass forever. And I just want to praise. So this video is now me saying all the things that I was upset about, but it sounds like the overall resolution was that Warner Chappell, which is part of the music part of Disney or whatever. Disney's such a huge conglomerate of companies. It makes sense that one hand doesn't know what the other's doing, and I just wanted to feel really good about what Lucasfilm did. They stepped in defending this whole situation, and that's a really cool thing. They didn't have to do it. As I said, it's a smart PR thing to do, but again, it immediately gives a feeling of goodwill just for them to step in and be like, whoa, Warner Chappell, step down, remove this claim, we're on this. Just that action of stepping, that's not a heroic act or anything, but as a fan, it makes me feel really good. It makes me go, oh, Lucasfilm's not a shitbag company that, I have to have animosity towards. These guys have the fans back. Immediately, just that simple action, which really they probably did out of their own benefit, makes me feel 100% better about Lucasfilm and wanting to give them my dollar. And so congratulations, Lucasfilm. Congratulations, Star Wars Theory, for making such a fantastic fan film. I'm eager to see your part 2 of this because you left with us a cliffhanger. Congratulations to you to winning this fight. Congratulations to you for maintaining such a level head and a positive attitude. You are a very strong representative towards the fandom and, what we should be about and how we should approach this. And not just this, but just Star Wars in general. So I appreciate you for being that role model, for giving back to the community and giving us something to enjoy. And I'm just glad all this worked out. If you're a person watching this video and you had no idea what's going on, I'm glad that I could bring something to you of value. Chances are you probably are watching this and know more than I do. And again, I'm not trying to come here as an expert. Just wanted to put my 2 cents on the whole thing and just add to the whole voices or the community of voices. And just also give you a chance to shout back at me about what you think, whether I'm right or wrong. My buddy is totally disagreement with me on this, which sometimes we have like totally polar opposite views on things. But he's a massive Star Wars fan, but he's he was like big pro corporate. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but I'm really happy this all worked out, and I'm glad that I'm actually able to make this video, not shitting on Disney and being like F them and boycott this. And I don't want to do that. I want to love Star Wars. I want to love Lucasfilm. You know, I want to like Disney. The other situation, it maybe controversy gets views and all that sort of stuff, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to be a fan and talk to you guys and hear back from you and just be a part of the discussion. And for me, my channel is really devoted towards comics, but Star Wars is one of my biggest loves, and I think they kind of go together. So check out this video if you haven't. And if you're just curious about kind of what happened, you can watch these 3 videos by Star Wars Theory. They're just a couple minutes each, and just get yourself up to speed about what happened and then have a feel-good ending. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm not monetized. I don't have a Patreon. So I can't shill myself, but I do appreciate if you have comments, like and subscribe, encourage me, give me positive feedback, give me constructive feedback, help myself get better, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.